US President Donald Trump said that individual European leaders would visit the United States soon to discuss resolving the Russia-Ukraine conflict. He also said he plans to speak with the Russian President Vladimir Putin very soon and expressed confidence the situation would be settled. Trump acknowledged disappointment over the ongoing war but remained hopeful. He praised First Lady Melania Trump for her concern about the impact on children, saying she sent a letter related to the conflict. The White House did not immediately provide details on which European leaders would visit or specific plans.
Attack on Ukraine over the weekend. You have always said how good your relationship is with President Putin.
U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, has warned that the ongoing conflict risks escalating further. He noted that Russia's recent airstrikes on the Ukrainian cabinet offices in Kiev marks a significant intensification of the war. He emphasized that the attack does not indicate any intention on Russia's part to seek a diplomatic resolution. Overnight, Russian forces carried out their largest assault since the start of the conflict, targeting the main government building in central Kiev and causing a fire. Ukrainian officials confirmed at least 4 casualties, including an infant. Ukrainian President Zelensky called for stronger international support after Russia launched its largest air attack of the war, killing 4 people and damaging Kiev's government building. Zelensky urged partners to respond firmly with sanctions, trade restrictions, and support for Ukraine's long-range defense capabilities. He emphasized that Russia's attacks are a deliberate attempt to inflict pain and test the tolerance of the international community, highlighting that Russian President Putin is avoiding negotiations and facing fuel shortages and economic difficulties as consequences of his refusal to seek peace.
20 із них в Києві. Мої співчуття рідним та близьким. Це і важливо, що сьогодні є широка реакція партнерів.
Russia has announced large-scale strikes on military targets across Ukraine, including the recapture of Khoroshiye in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The Russian Defense Ministry said high-precision weapons hit sites such as the Kiev 67 industrial enterprise near Kiev's and a logistics base south of the capital, stressing no other Kiev targets were struck. Meanwhile, Ukraine reported a heavy Russian missile and drone attack from Saturday evening into Monday morning, hitting the Ukrainian government building in Kiev for the first time since the war began. Ukraine's military also claimed drone attacks on an oil pipeline in Russia's Bryansk region, causing a fire. The pipeline supplies oil to Hungary and Slovakia, but both nations reported no disruption. London Underground workers launched a week of rolling strikes expected to bring the tube network to a standstill and cause major travel disruption across the British capital. Several stations closed early Sunday, with passengers urged to complete journeys by 6 p.m. Nearly no trains are expected to run from Monday through Thursday as staff stage staggered walkouts. The RMT union cites disputes over pay, fatigue, management shift patterns, and reducing the work week as the core issues. Transport for London says it has offered a 3.4% pay rise and insists any agreement must include a reduction to a 35-hour working week. Talks continue amid efforts to resolve the dispute. South Korean Defense Minister An Gi-bak and Japanese Defense Minister General Nakatani met in Seoul, marking the first official Japanese defense visit since 2015. They agreed to strengthen cooperation with Washington to counter North Korea's nuclear threat and its growing military ties with Russia. The ministers committed to ongoing defense talks, the complete denuclearization of the Korean peninsula, and collaboration on advanced military technologies like AI, unmanned systems, and aerospace. New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon said the country is anxiously waiting as police continue searching for 3 children missing since 2021. The father, Tom Phillips, was shot dead by police after robbing a farm supply store and a shootout that left an officer seriously injured. Phillips had evaded arrest for years in the remote Waikato region, sparking national headlines. The missing children aged 9, 10 and 12 disappeared with Phillips in late 2021. Luxon praised police efforts and urged hope for the children's safe recovery. The events unfolded near Popio, about 90 minutes from the small farming community of Marukopa, where Phillips had lived. Heavy monsoon rains and swelling waters of the Chenab River left scores of villagers stranded in Pakistan's Multan district. Rescuers using boats evacuated residents from waist-deep flood waters, many of whom were carrying children. The intense monsoon season has wreaked havoc across the country, with at least 880 lives lost so far. In Punjab province alone, authorities reported that around 2 million people have been evacuated in recent weeks as flood waters submerged nearly 4,300 villages.